Talking to them right now. I'm talking.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I lost some of you. What's your favorite song? Man, that Across the Universe by John Lennon. How's that?
Get off somehow.
Put it off?
So did you see how I invited you before?
What's up, Friday Harbor? I mean, I had a Stumptown cold brew today. We're not getting ready for Ohana yet. We should be. Can they hear this?
Yeah, I think so. My I got kicked off because I don't have any Wi-Fi. So
Yeah, I use lots of effects pedals, lots of like fuzz pedals. Darwin, Australia, man. I hope we get down there someday again. RNDM. I don't know if that. I don't know if we'll make any more music. How's that? Favorite Pearl Jam bass line? Anything by Stevie Wonder. Any left-handed key bass by Stevie Wonder. That's my favorite bass. Man, I miss you too, New Zealand. I can hear you too, Mia Frog. Viva Mexico. Hey, Faisal. Did I pronounce that right? New York City. I probably miss New York City more than anywhere. Sorry, the rest of the world. I did live in Queen Anne. Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
You're.
See if you could you ask me to join again? Did you see how I did that?
Yeah, and I accepted it. That's
Oh,
what
that was
that's what
Wi-Fi.
that's what shut my whole view request. No, this is this is not this is. I'm sorry, people. Yeah, I accepted it. We'll see you in Hyde Park in 2023. Come to Texas. Get vaccinated, then we'll come to Texas. How's that? We'll see you in Hyde Park in 2023. Come to Texas. Get vaccinated, then we'll come to Texas. How's that? I mean, I'm just kidding. It's actually closer to 2025. I'm just going to make a bunch of people mad by completely not being together on this. Hey, Chile, isn't Australia completely locked down right now? Sao Paulo, Brazil. Saying hello to my friend Dan. Sao Paulo. My hat says MPS, Montana Pool Service. That's my foundation. And, we build skate parks. We're up. Tucson. We should play Tucson. We've never played Tucson, I don't think. I think Mother Love Bone played Tucson, but I don't think Pearl Jam's ever played Tucson. And Albuquerque. The Pit. We need to go back there. We should go back to Victoria, too. We haven't played Victoria since 1991. I think as Mookie Blaylock, perhaps. I like everything about the Grateful Dead except for the music. No new free fish. West Palm Beach Amphitheater. We need to go there to maybe have a riot. Are you? No, I have vampire. What's that supposed to mean? Do I look that pale? I have a little color. Finals next year: Utah Jazz, Milwaukee Bucks. Pink Pop, yes. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions about my new record? Where's Mike McCready? Oh my God, he's been 8. You're feeding back. You're feeding me back, Tim.
Turn down. Oh, there we go.
My IT support. I'm echoing because I think I'm getting picked up by you, Tim.
Yeah. I don't know how to fix that.
Maybe shut it off.
Then we lose a couple thousand
Oh.
viewers. I'll just hide it.
Favorite song in my new record? Probably For the Ones. Right now, I play that every day. I would always let Stone sing on any record that I made. He never wants to for some reason. We're super psyched to come to Ohana and see here now. We're just excited to go play some shows. Biggest influences of the new record, probably being alone and isolated for a year and a half. That's probably my biggest influence. Technical difficulties, yes. That's why I'm watching too. Funny enough. Get vaccinated, Australia. We'll come to Australia then. I heard you guys are doing good. I recorded the whole new record in my house by myself. Black Circle friends. Can't wait to meet the Black Circles. The bulk of the new record I worked on for 4 or 5 months, the first 4 or 5 months of the pandemic. And then some drums got added a few months ago. Oh yeah, Dusty Hill was the greatest. Really, really incredible bass player. Can you make art for my next record? You should make a record and make your own art for your own record. I played all the instruments except for drums on 6 songs. Richard Stubert played drums on 4 or 5 songs, and Matt Chamberlain played drums on 2 songs. I'll tell Stone hello for you. People mistake me for Stone all the time for some reason. I don't know what. I like every Gord Downie song and Introduce Yourself. That whole record is one complete piece of art. Level 42 bass player. Yeah, that guy can pop up a storm. What was his name? Mark King or something? Thank you. See here now. We'll see you there. That's my dogs. They say hello. Probably piano. I love playing piano. I think it's my good looks is why people mistake me for Stone. I think that must be what it is. Man, great showing by South America and Central America. Miss you guys. Great Falls, Montana. Hello. Yeah. No solo tour plans at this point. Maybe at some point when I have a little bit of time, I'll grab Richard and we'll go out and Do it White Stripe style. Song off Gigaton I'm excited to play. I think Rivercross, Quick Escape. Oh, you didn't recognize me without basketball shorts on? Well, there you go. T-Wolves, baby. Hey, Auckland. JoJo drums. Yeah, I think if we ever do a solo tour, it'll be like, remember that tour that the White Stripes did in the Yukon? That would be a perfect way to do it. Just go play all those cities in the very north of Canada. That would be awesome. Hard to believe, 30 years. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for being along for the ride for 30 years. I don't, I don't play, I don't play disc golf. I don't golf of any kind. Dance of the Clairvoyant is probably somewhat influenced by Talking Heads because we all love Talking Heads. So I don't have any instruments in this room that I can see. The Shelby skate park opening was awesome. It's a really, really fun skate park and a cool part of the world. What's my favorite album? That's a tough one. Somebody just asked me to do my 5 favorite albums, and I'm stumped still. Maybe Discreet Music by Brian Eno. If I could only listen to one record for the rest of my life, that might be it. I don't think I've aged at all until I look at myself in this IG feed, and then I look older than I think I am. Favorite place to play? Wow, probably Montana. Huge Tragically Hip fan. Man, Bowie or T-Rex? Well, T-Rex did it first, but I prefer Bowie. Stand culture. What's that? My first pedal was it was an EQ pedal that when I put everything to 12 o'clock, it had a really cool overdrive. I love Faith No More. I saw those first couple of shows in Seattle. First show at the Central was the other singer, the We Care a Lot record, and I'm fairly good friends with Billy. Magic all the way. No plan to come to Baltimore yet, but everybody get vaccinated, and then we're gonna tour like bananas once we can. We love Dublin, and it's ridiculous that we have. I don't think we've been to Dublin in 10 years or something, which is ridiculous. My favorite thing about Scotland? Well, I don't like whiskey. I don't like golf. Um, there's great bands from Scotland. I think music is what I like the most about Scotland. A 3 year tour, yeah. We're getting we'll do a tour every 3 years. Yeah, we're building a skate park in Superior, Montana, in about 2 weeks. My least favorite Pearl Jam song. I don't, I don't know if I have one. South American tour will be possible once uh, everybody's vaccinated and we can safely travel. Yes, I read 1984. Um, Probably currently in 65 Fender P bass is my favorite bass. It's blue. Toughest song to play. Oh man, uh, just about anything that Matt Cameron writes. Yeah, we need to come to Houston. Houston's like it's my favorite city in Texas. The Manil Collection is my favorite museum in the whole country. I have Australian Shepherds. Woo. I think "For the One" is my favorite song to play on the new record. I think Eddie's just down the street. I prefer Sunshine. At least my knees prefer Sunshine. We will see you at here now. Favorite cheese? Bella Vitello. It's a really good Italian cheese. Man, that's like asking about my thread count on my sheets or something. The harmonic work on Even Flow. Uh, Go to YouTube and look at the firm. The firm does a song called Radioactive and watch Tony Franklin play the harmonics. Now that will show you exactly how I did. The process of making the new record was just to wake up every morning and try to write something. And after about 4 months of that, I had a few things that I finished. And when Matt Chamberlain played drums on "I Hear You" and "Bandwidth," it felt like I had a couple songs that I could build a record around. And then I just went to work finishing. Um, yeah, what's the book I'm just finishing? It's called "In Search of the Mother Tree." Amazing, amazing book. And if you feel like watching something while you're reading that, watch uh, what's it called? Fantastic Fungi or something. My favorite bassist growing up, it was James Jamerson, even though I didn't know who James Jamerson was. It was just all of those Motown singles that I had. I just love the bass on those records. Yeah, we miss Brendan too. Yeah, I think Idols. If we do shows in Europe next year, I think Idols is opening up for a few of those shows. They're like some of my favorite bands on the planet. If you didn't know that already, boxers and briefs, depending on the season. No, I would never open up Pearl Jam. Def Charlie album will be out early next year. It's really good. It's real. Like, I wouldn't say that. It's the stuff that John's coming up with is really making it great. Can't wait for that Def Charlie record. Oh, Van Roth, Van Hager's not even a band. Good night, Phaedra. Pink Pop Festival. Yeah, the main thing I remember about Pink Pop is the rain, and I did Roadhouse Blues with the Cult, and I was really because I didn't really know that song super well, and I think the Cult was headlining, so I was really super nervous. Man, Mind Right is such a great song. One of my favorite Chris Cornell songs. I did watch the skate competition in the Olympics. I think the bowl competitions, I think those were run pretty well. The skating was incredible. Skating was incredible in the street competitions, but I thought some of the rules were a little bit weird. I thought it was weird that you didn't have to keep the score from either of the two runs that you did. If you had a higher score on the single tricks, you could replace your complete run scores, which I thought was really stupid. We will come to South America as soon as we can. I don't really know hardly anything about Messi, but I hear he's the greatest. Yeah, "Safe in the Car" would be a fun. That would be a fun song for Pearl Jam to do. Black Circle, Black Circle PJ. They're good. Portugal, we miss you. Best advice for a high school musician: just keep playing. Don't have any expectations. I have met Jimmy Page. It was pretty amazing. And he just told us story after story. Robert Plant too, and John Paul Jones. My favorite part of Led Zeppelin. Favorite live show attended. Wow, um, that's hard. Um, I saw Bad Brains in 1983. That would be close to the top. There was a Neil Young solo show at the Paramount, like late '90s. That was amazing. Polish fans, Bad Brains. I did. I saw Brandy Carlisle about 3 weeks ago in Missoula, and it was, I think, her first show back. It was amazing. Her new band, she's got a lot of the same band, but she's got a big band, and they're really, really good. Um, Nick Cave in Salt Lake City. Yep, that would be top 10 shows for sure. It's always flattering when another band plays any of our music. Os Mutantes. Um, Best advice for a band to reunite after 20 years? Are you talking about the Smiths? Don't do it. Sure, I would do a collaboration with Dave Grohl. I've never played with Mark Lanigan. I still haven't seen the Funkos. I hear they're cool. Aw, shucks. Second favorite drummer to play with after Matt Cameron. Um, it would probably be a tie between um, Richard Stuverud, Jack Irons, and John Wicks. Three-way tie. The only way you can get an MPS hat is you have to come to the Big Sandy pig roast that we have every summer. Sorry. Best venue, I don't know. Verona, Madison Square Garden, anywhere in Buenos Aires. Sean Kemp was the greatest basketball player to ever come out of Seattle. I don't know about his weed shop. Have I ever been to Ireland? Huh? Yes, many times. Red Rocks. We should go back and play Red Rocks. That would be fun. Like a week at Red Rocks. Let's do it. A show where everything went wrong. We played uh, Park City in Utah. I forget what that venue was called, Mountain View or something. And a huge snowstorm came in and basically got all the speakers in the PA wet, and we had to cancel the show. Wolf Mountain, was that what it was? That sounds right. I do remember Newfoundland. I would love to go back there too. Canadian bands, well, Rush is the greatest Canadian band of all times, of course. A really good Victoria band called Slow. The Neos, SNFU, the Guess Who. I mean, completely underrated. The Guess Who are incredible. Neil Young. I mean, no, Neil. Favorite King's X record. The first two records are my favorite King's X records. I hear you, man. On the Holy Fuck, it's 10. It's 30 years old. I love Voivod. I went to a really fun party in Montreal once at a Waze place, and we could see Leonard Cohen smoking a cigarette off his porch. Uh, we make our own skateboards. My friend Paul Schmidt from Schmidt Sticks makes me skateboards, and my friend Chicken, he prints really cool artwork on them. Joni Mitchell, yeah, no, sorry, I can't believe I didn't mention Joni Mitchell. I think because she's in this other league. Gustav, I haven't met Tom Waits, but the Tom Waits show at the Fifth Avenue would have to be in my top 20 shows of all time. Greta Van who? Chicken is a great first name. I love Dave Abbruzzese. I wish he was in a band, and I wish he was making music. Top 3 Pearl Jam records. Whew, that's tough. I'd probably say Yield, Versus, and Gigaton. I never met Geezer Butler, but I have played along with Geezer's bass lines as much as anybody. Yeah, John Entwistle was great, although I don't think you could really hear much of what I was saying. Olympic Stadium, and do people play shows at Olympic Stadium in Atlanta? I've never met Paul McCartney. I've been in the room just like 10 feet away, and for some reason I didn't meet him. I'm so excited to play in 39 days. Now that you put it that way, I should probably get off this and I should go rehearse some songs. Um, Swedish bands. I'm trying to think. What's your favorite Swedish bands? Was Disneyland After Dark? Were they Swedish? Um, Smack. They're Finnish, I believe. Uh, why can't I think of any Swedish bands? Helicopters are incredible. Yeah, Helicopters for sure. The Hives, are they? No, are the Hives Swedish?
Finish also, I think.
Finnish. The Hives. Somebody said the Hives.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know how many songs we're rehearsing. I made a list um, of songs that I thought I needed to work on, and that was about 30 songs, most of Gigaton and the last couple of records. Mahalo. I don't think I've ever thought we were a grunge band. Green River was definitely a grunge band, but I think grunge just meant like Seattle, and then bands that sounded like they were from Seattle. Which favorite Mother Love Bone song? It's been Gentle Groove for the last year or so. I heard that in the radio like a year ago. I will tell all those guys that you love them. ABBA are Swedish. Not my favorite band. Really good band. Not my favorite band though. I had a friend growing up who he only had 2 8 tracks. He had ABBA's Greatest Hits and Sweet Desolation Boulevard. And after 2 or 3 years, I really didn't like either one of those records. So, hey, what does my practice look like? It's just in my little studio. It's probably like a 6 by 12 room. I can play pretty quiet. Behind me to my left, is it the, oops, that right there? Philip Glass, maybe maybe the greatest American composer. Virginia Beach, yeah, we should, yeah. I think I've already, what have I promised today? That we're going to play like about 100 cities? Man, we're screwed. No, Bjork is not Swedish. Bjork's from Iceland. Favorite Temple of the Dog song? All Night Thing. That's probably, that might be my favorite Chris Cornell song. The Deception, yes. Alex Shumway and Regan Hagar's hardcore band. Where do skateboards and bass collide? um, it's the same thing for me. Whatever feeling I get from both of those things, it's the same. It's living. It's feeling life. I don't really watch very much football. Favorite Soundgarden song? Um, The Day I Try to Live, Mind Riot, Outshined. There's a lot of great ones. No, we haven't. We haven't been working on any new covers because we haven't really gotten together and played much yet. So I love all the guys in Alice in Chains. Those guys are all our brothers. We kind of came up with those guys. So I've surfed that a lot. Yes. Favorite new bands? Idols, Fontaines DC, Shame. Who else? Um, I need to look at my phone, but I can't because I'm on the phone with you guys. Yes, I did get vaccinated late March. You're welcome. Yeah, Tame Impala is a really good band. I like Explosions in the Sky better than Giants in the Trees. I haven't seen Woodstock '99, but I saw the trailer for it and I was so happy that we didn't play that. I see Mark Arm probably once every couple of months. In fact, I went surfing with him a few months ago. Mark's hair is really long right now. Like he has pandemic hair. Yeah, we're building a skate park in Superior and we're doing a little addition in Browning, I think. And then we're next year we're building skate parks in Townsend and Fort Benton. I love Jocko. He's one of the greatest. STP were a very good band. I don't slap at the base. I'm not vegan, but I lean that way. I eat vegetarian probably 6 out of 7 days. Um, the last song I heard in the car was the new song by Sharon Van Etten and Angel Olsen, the Like We Used to. I think that's the name of the song. Really, really good song. I hope they make a record together. That'd be pretty cool. The main difference between playing the EU and America is that there's a different language in almost every country. It's fun and there's a little bit of Hello Cleveland sometimes. Oh man, first Nirvana records. I mean, Bleach is amazing. I mean, Floyd the Barber is my favorite Nirvana song. Actually, the fact that they wrote a song about the barber made me mad because I felt like I should have written a song about a barber first. My dad was a barber, so which I still need to do that. I still need to write that song. Spinal Tap moment of my own. There's a lot of them, if I'm honest. Ronnie James Dio is the best. I have a great Ronnie James Dio story, but I'm going to save it for my autobiography. Fugazi was one of the two or three greatest live bands, maybe after the Who and Bad Brains. And then you might have to throw the Ramones and Rage Against the Machine in there too. Worst skate crash. Oh man, there's a lot of them. There's been a couple where I didn't know where I was for about 5 minutes, but it's been a few years. So the helmet helps. 65 P bass is my go-to bass right now. It's been all over the last like 2, 3 records. Played a lot. I don't know any Sergio Gainsbourg songs. I should know songs by him. There's lots of great French pop music. Favorite Who song? Maybe 515.
Nice.
I think yeah, B Girl. Yeah, that song was. We sat next to the B Girl at some Grammy show or MTV thing, award show or something. So I think yeah, that was probably a little bit of a response. Geddy Lee's the greatest, man. I feel so lucky that we've gotten to hang out with Geddy. I love that pink bass. That pink Mike Low bass is my favorite Mike Low bass that I own for sure. We are coming to South America when everybody's vaccinated. Bolsonaro, do you hear me? Um, I love the double bass. You just can't play the double bass live because it just feeds back. New Cheap Trick record is amazing. The single, the bass on the first single, I can't remember the name of the song of the New Cheap Trick record is fantastic. I think there's, I don't know, was there 160 or 180 paintings on the new cover, front and back, or something like that? It's like a year's worth. Favorite Mother Love Bone song? I just said Gentle Groove. Yeah, fuck Bolsonaro. I agree. I'm with you. What's my family situation? What are you saying? I have a house full. Primus. I'm missing Primus play Farewell to Kings in Montana right now. I think they're playing like today or tomorrow or something. I love Sleight of Hand. That's like one of my favorite Pearl Jam songs. I am vaccinated. Yes. And if I could get vaccinated again, I would do it again right now. We miss you too. Favorite record stores in the U.S.? Well, Easy Street in Seattle, um, Rock and Rudy's and Ear Candy in Missoula, Montana. Um, Man, there's so many good record stores. Amoeba in Los Angeles, fantastic. I have been to Georgetown Records. I should have mentioned that too. My good friend Russ and my friend Larry Reed worked there. Favorite Soundgarden song to watch live? I think my favorite performance ever was watching them do Mind Riot. sleight of hand at sleight of hand. We should do that. It's just down the street. No promises. No, what's the Great Affairs? I need to check it out. I'm gonna write that down. Is that a band? Great Affairs? Favorite wine? Like right now, I'm I'm kind of into like Italian whites. Just trying new shit. Hardest Pearl Jam song to play live? Evacuation, by far. I love the Cocteau Twins. Cocteau Twins reminds me of working. I worked at a restaurant for 7 or 8 years in Seattle called Raison d'Etre, and um, our boss would let us play Cocteau Twins in there. So that was about as backbeaty as we could get. I miss you too, Minnesota. That's where my dad grew up in Minnesota, so I always feel at home in Minnesota. Stevie Nicks isn't playing ACL. What? What happened? Favorite acrylics? I like golden acrylics. My own favorite bass lines. I haven't really been in touch with Joe Sparther, but I heard he just had a kid. So congratulations, Joe. Joe's anti-vax? That's crazy. Fenway's a Fenway's a really good venue. It's a good sounding venue for a baseball stadium, and I think it's all because of the Great Monster or the Green Monster, which is also the Great Monster. What when is ACL? We should we should look into that. I'll ask. Favorite riff? Uh, what 7 Man Army maybe? Maybe what else? Communication Breakdown. I don't know. Favorite Cure song? A Forest for sure. That's one of those songs that I sit around and play in my acoustic. Favorite Runaway? Well, Cherry Bomb, of course. My favorite Runaway song. I don't really like bass solos. I'll be honest. Although John Entwistle incorporated bass solos into rock songs probably better than anybody. But every bass solo I've seen live, it's hard to. It's not very articulate. Uh, Cliff from Metallica might have had the best live bass solo I've ever heard. There's a lot of wah wah. Last time we played in the East Coast was Fenway Park 3 years ago. I love Cliff Burton. Justin Chancellor's amazing. Favorite REM song? Man, that's tough. Probably Night Swimming. My favorite Pearl Jam ATM. What is that? It would be fun. It would be fun to play some more Green River shows. I like Interpol a lot. That's a good band. Well, I did just start a new band with John Wicks. It's called Def Charlie, who was part of the Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Was part of their gang. I've never been to Aberdeen. I've been to Aberdeen, Washington, but I've never been to Aberdeen in the British Isles. Just tell Neil to give me a call. I'll show up at Farm Aid. I'll throw some bass down by the river. What three people would I invite to dinner? Um, Alive or dead? Uh, Probably my mom and my dad and my grandma. How's that? Favorite Andy memory, playing Mattel football in the back of the van. My favorite Chris Cornell memory, riding our mountain bikes at night in Discovery Park, probably. Favorite movie, how about, let's see, anything by Peter Greenaway. How about that? Ron Montrose? I don't know what that is. Favorite Mirrorball song? Um, Threw a Hatred Down, probably. Cars cover. It'd be fun to do a Cars song. Are you telling me that I live in Montana and Seattle? I got to meet Joan Jett a few years ago, when she was playing with Cheap Trick. She couldn't have been sweeter. Mark Sandman, wow. Um, I love Mark Sandman. I tried for a while to do that slide on a two-string bass thing. It's really super hard. Kansas, Texas. That's a Devo reference, by the way. Sushi. I don't even really like pizza. Favorite cult song? Phoenix or Rain? Here, yeah, I think Rain probably. My favorite memory of Jack Irons. We were in Ireland, in County Cork, getting ready to start a European tour, and he and I took a we got in a canoe and paddled across this lake and went on a hike. That's probably my favorite Jack Irons memory. Like the rumor is that Mark Sandman lived on coffee, Coca-Cola, cigarettes, and Snicker bars. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, he lived many lifetimes in the 40 odd years that he was here. The best part of 2021, probably today, like putting a record out and sort of having something to show for this last year and a half. Glenn Hansard is the greatest. I mean, what a sweetheart. Best musical decade? You got to go. I got to go with the '70s because it kind of has it all. It has like the best rock records, and then it has punk rock and the beginnings of hardcore. So, Gunny Junk story, nice. I have so many Gunny Junk stories. That's going to be a chapter in my forthcoming autobiography, which I haven't started. Yeah, I saw Josh like a couple weeks ago. Josh is doing great. Ohana's happening at this point, as far as I know, unless something changes. Oh man, I love Joni Mitchell. The most thrilling musician to play with, probably playing with Neil because we got to get deep with him. We made a record, and I don't know what we played 10 or 12 shows with him. Um, Outside of the guys in this band, The most interesting person I've ever met. Maybe Dina Martina. Best Joni Mitchell album is Blue. It has to be Blue. Like it's just so raw. The lyrics are so incredible on that record. I did watch the Olympics. I watched probably more of the Olympics this year than I ever have. I love the track and field this year. I'm joking about the autobiography. I don't want to get anything started. Although I sort of make fun of autobiographies, but I've read every autobiography by any rock person. Like, I mean, I read the Richard Lloyd book, which is fantastic, but nobody knows that Richard Lloyd wrote a book, but it's really good. I've never met Slash. Funny enough, I've met Henry Rollins though, and Chuck Dukowski. What about my hats? They're all like in the Mopop Museum right now. Probably on the verge of like turning to powder. Yep, I played a bunch of different instruments on my new record. I played piano, guitar, some drums, percussion, sang. I might see Guns N' Roses this weekend in Montana if I get back there. Yeah, Mark Lanigan's biography was super dark. Um, Mr. Brownstone is by far my favorite. No, It's So Easy. It's So Easy is my favorite Guns N' Roses song. I didn't know Mia Zapata, but I went to parties at her apartment. I sort of studied music in grade school. I took piano lessons for like 6 or 7 years. So I guess is that studying music? I study music now. Uh, my favorite Motorhead song is probably No Class. I have to go with the White Album as over Revolver in the Beatles contest, mainly because it's two records. Favorite Clash song, uh, either Guns of Brixton or Clampdown. Magnificent Seven. Magnificent Seven is probably my favorite. I would love to come back to Greece. Pound for pound, I don't know. I don't know if Revolver wins. Favorite Metallica song, it would be something off of Master of Puppets. Creeping Death, maybe.